Hello, it's Lisa here again. Today I wanted to ask you a question actually. How many of you actually look in a mirror and give yourself praise and say to yourself, oh, do you know what, I actually look really good today? I can guarantee you when you look in that mirror, we all find a fault, and it could be that we don't like our upper arms, or we think our boobs are too small, or actually my bum looks big in this kind of scenario. What I wanted to try and touch on today was to give you some hints and tips on how you can kind of disguise some of the areas that you're not that happy about. Because I guarantee you what you see in the mirror is actually not what others see when they see you in person. So I wanted to touch on a couple of areas. So I was going to do bingo wings, small boobs, big boobs, maybe a flabby tummy that we all think we've got but not necessarily we have, a big bottom, and maybe kind of knobbly knees, because we all have different areas that we're not that happy about. So if I try and touch on those and give you some hints and tips on how to disguise them. So let's start with bingo wings. So there are lots of ladies out there who feel slightly uncomfortable just with showing the upper part of their arm, and it could be due to, you know, just the fact that everybody's arms gain a little less elasticity from a muscular structure as we get a little bit older, or the fact we might have lost some weight and the weight has come off of our arms, etc. So great kind of tips regarding our bingo wings is, if you want to cover up, then go for something like a half sleeve, so down to here, or also just go to a sleeve that comes slightly a little bit above where the arm narrows here, and also go down to almost like a 3/4 length sleeve. They're great sleeves to do that with. But obviously it's summer and a lot of the tops and the dresses are also sleeveless. So what you can actually do, there's a couple of styles that are out this season, like the beautiful kimono that you can just use as a cover up, very light. There's some really pretty kind of lace cardigans as well that are out, which you can just use as very gentle, but they're quite cool cover ups. So try those for the bingo wings. Then let's move on to small boobs. So obviously we all kind of look in the mirror and think, oh dear, my, well, I do definitely, my boobs are a little bit smaller. So what we've got, if we actually start to give ourselves a little bit of a higher neckline, what we actually do is start to close this area up, which is called the décolleté area, and it actually starts to make the bust look slightly bigger. So that's a great tip. You could use more of a round neck, more of a little bit of a scoop neck. You can also use a neckline that also goes from kind of shoulder to shoulder. You could use a halter neck and try that. You can also use what we would call add a little bit of bulk. So if you think about it, if you have an area like so, and we give it a pocket or a frill or some detailing, it will always make that area look bigger. So if we're slightly smaller busted, use something like extra pockets, like on a jacket or a shirt here, or maybe have a little ruffle on the neckline. Something like that will always give a bust slightly more density and will make it appear bigger than it actually is. Then we flip it and we have a bigger bust line. So some ladies, it depends on your personality. Some ladies like to show off their bust, whereas other ladies kind of just want to minimise it, or at least put it back into context with their body shape. So a bigger bust line definitely likes a plunging neckline or a lower neckline. So anything like my t-shirt that I'm wearing today is probably a no-go for a bigger busted lady, because it will allow the bust to pitch out. So definitely try cow neck. Definitely try a low V-neck, definitely try a plunge neckline. They work really, really well. And also if you're slightly bigger busted, it always can help to put a necklace kind of sitting in this area here, because what it does, it draws the eye up and away from the bust line. So try that as well. Now, we also have, some of us will look in a mirror and think, God, my bum looks big in this. And actually, it's just about proportion. So anything that you feel makes your bum look bigger, the best thing to do is to use a darker colour on the lower part of the body. So a darker colour is definitely more slimming. So try something, but it's summer, so try something like maybe a navy instead of a black, or try something like a lovely aubergine tone. So anything deep and dark toned will always make you look slimmer on the lower half of your body. You can also try maybe like a pencil skirt, or any kind of skirt that will work with the curve, but tend to avoid anything really high-waisted, because anything high-waisted, whether it be trousers or whether it be a skirt, it will actually obviously accentuate the fact of the bottom coming out like that. So I would recommend a deep dark colour, and try, rather than a skinny jean, go for something like a straight cut, or even try something like a boot cut, or this season we've got some lovely kind of loose trousers with more like a flared cut on them as well, which are really, really nice. Now, we also have the other situation whereby some of us don't like showing our knees. So obviously, with regards to that, if you want to wear a dress or a skirt, just slightly sit it on the knee. You don't have to necessarily go below the knee, but if you like that look, they're great this season. Some of the skirts and the dresses are definitely longer in length. So try below the knee, or just try on the knee. That works really well. Try to avoid anything tight around that area, as in like a skinny jean. The best leg length for anyone who's slightly conscious about their knees is a boot cut, because what it does is it flares from the knee. So you tend to find the cut of it is fitted to the knee, and then it starts to come out like a boot cut. So therefore it won't cling on that area and actually accentuate. So they're really good. If you want to wear a skirt or a dress but you still feel slightly uncomfortable, then try an opaque tight. Now I know it's summer and maybe some of you are thinking, tights, oh my god, but try a very finer opaque tight. So people like Pretty Polly and some of the Marks and Spencer's tights, and even people like Topshop and Primark, they're doing some really nice opaque tights, but they're slightly thinner, less density than they do in the winter. So try those as well, because again, they just act deep dark tone to create that lovely silk look, and it will give you a much slimmer looking leg. So the last one I wanted to touch on was, as we call it, kind of flabby tummy. But basically anybody who carries a little bit of weight around their tummy area. I know it's summer, so lots of people tend to think, oh, t-shirt. If you want to wear a t-shirt, try and look for the shapes that just have a little bit of extra material and movement around the tummy area. If you pick up a t-shirt that is very standard shape and it has no movement around the tummy area, that will cling. So when it clings, it doesn't, there's nowhere for anything to hide. So what we want to do, we just want to have a little bit more movement around the tummy area. You need to have some additional material, maybe some ruching, that type of thing if you want to wear a t-shirt. Just don't go for a t-shirt that is completely fitted, because they're just not very forgiving. The other thing to do is have a look at maybe tops such as the blouson style top, which just creates almost a little kind of loop back on itself onto the hem. It just moves. It gives a sense of kind of freedom, I think, but it's definitely really, really flattering for anyone who carries weight on their tummy. So if you're a body shape and a personality that likes things fitted, you can still do it, but just make sure it's got movement. And if you want to really kind of feel like you kind of want to hide the tummy, then try a blouson style. They're really, really nice, but please make sure they have structure just here, because then we still get your body shape, it just doesn't cling around the tummy area. So I hope that gives you some hints and tips when you go shopping, hopefully this weekend. I think it's going to be a nice weekend. Any questions, just pop them down below, and I will look forward to seeing you next week, hopefully with some bits that are in the shops, because again, a few more bits have dribbed and drabbed in through the shops this week and last week. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a lovely weekend. See you later. Bye.